Hello and welcome back to another video on SW Fight Hub. The news is in of the viewing figures then for Canelo versus Crawford. This past weekend took place in Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, of course, live on Netflix. The third big boxing card that's taken place now. Of course, it was kicked off with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson last November. Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano fought for the third time in July that headlined the second one. Now we've had Canelo Crawford. We've got Jake Paul against Tank Davis in November as well. So it's hit 41 million views. Does this constitute a success or not is the title to the video. You compare it to Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, which hit 108 million views. That kind of tells you where the state of boxing is right now. Obviously, that one hooked the casuals. You got two generations, obviously the Mike Tyson fans, and of course Jake Paul brings his own audience to the party in that sense. So way more than double, close to treble the views of Canelo Crawford, which is crazy. Taylor Serrano 2 on that undercard as the co-main event had 74 million views. You can't really take that into consideration because it was the co-main to Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. On its own, I believe Katie Taylor Serrano 3 in July is the headliner, did around 6 million views. The number of views for Jake Paul versus Tank is going to absolutely dwarf Canelo versus Crawford, in my opinion. But I think that's really good number. I think the pacing, especially in Europe and in the UK, where I'm based myself, it was on at 6 a.m. in the morning for the ring walk. Could have lost a few viewers there, but I think you have to overall make that a big success. 41 million viewers, the most watched championship fight. I don't know if they're quoting it ever in the male side of the game. That seems to be the narrative that Netflix and Turkey and everybody associated to it are running with. So look, it was included in your membership. It wasn't a pay-per-view. Probably would have done a very, very good number if it was pay-per-view as well, it has to be said. But a fight for the hardcore boxing fans. Definitely not a casual crossover that you're obviously going to get with the Jake Paul side of things and that. So yeah, for me, that constitutes a success. Going to be interesting to see if Netflix take on more of these, what I would call fights for the hardcore boxing fans, or whether they continue to push the Jake Paul side of things, which clearly are going to do more views for them. So it'll be interesting to see where they go from there. But let me know what you think. Do you think it constitutes a success? 41 million views on Canelo Crawford last weekend. Thanks for watching as always, guys.